Alright, problem number 7. If you were looking for number 5, there is no number 5 because it was the same as number 3, so I put a big X through it. Boobity boobity boo. Anyways, problem number 7. We want to find the value of x to the nearest tenth of a degree. So recognize, since we have a right triangle, we can use our basic trig like we've been learning. So remember the phrase we use to remember our trigonometric ratios. So, ka, poa, which stands for sine of an angle, theta, or x in this case, equals the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Cosine of an angle equals the adjacent side to that angle divided by the hypotenuse. And the tangent of an angle equals the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So, if you look at this triangle, notice we are looking at this triangle from the reference point of angle x right there. So figure out which two sides we're dealing with. We're dealing with that length 7 side, which is opposite of x, and we are dealing with that length 13 side, which is the hypotenuse of this triangle. So since we're dealing with opposite and oh, I am a liar, sorry. Since we're dealing with opposite and hypotenuse, we got to be talking about sine. So we could set up the relationship sine of angle x equals the opposite, which is 7, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 13. Problem is, we want to know x, and it is stuck inside of that trigonometric function right now. So we do the mathematical undoer, which is inverse operations. So if you take the inverse sine on both sides, so the inverse sine of the sine of x equals the inverse sine of 7 over 13. Well, inverse sine and sine are, well, inverses, so they cancel each other out. So on the left, we're left with x. On the right, we have the inverse sine of 7 over 13. Plug that into your calculator. Hit the second button first, and then hit your sine button. That gives you the inverse sine. Then type 7 divided by 13. Hit enter. Make sure first that you are in degree mode. And your calculator should tell you that the angle, when you round it to the nearest tenth, is 32.6 degrees.